Sports Rewind, we're live, I think.
Take two.
We haven't had that one before, so that's a good one. But anyway, fellas, how are we? You have had a big week, just talking before we went live there. Lots of different things going on in your lives, that's for sure. What's sports-wise, Randall, anything going on with you?
No, mate, just the standard. El Presidente was away over the weekend, so had to step up a little bit and get down and do the stuff with the groundsman.
Yeah,
obviously it was pretty wet here, and we were real touch and go for Saturday, but the rain came back and killed us for the weekend. But other than that, we just had a quiet Mother's Day and watched a lot of sport. What about you guys?
What about you, Dave?
Yeah, pretty much the same. Sort of like, we know the wet cancelled baseball, it cancelled cricket on the Sunday, even cancelled football on the Saturday. Ashley's football's called off, so very quiet sort of week, but big week coming up. Daughter's got a trial down for Northern Districts under 18, so she's going down to Mark Taylor Oval, which will be a nice experience.
Nice.
So that'll be coming up. It's an indoor cricket centre, or they're Mark Taylor Oval, but they've got indoor cricket nets there. Yep. So even if it's raining still, which I'm sure it will for the next few weekends, have a trial down there, see what happens.
There hasn't been any sport on at all really up here. You know, no. It's everywhere along the coast, I guess. But pretty crazy, isn't it? Trying to get some sport in and get the kids playing and getting them out and about makes it tough.
It does, mate.
I don't think there was any baseball at all, was there, Randall, on the weekend up here?
No, mate, I'm 99% sure everything was off.
Yeah.
There might have there was nothing. I'm very sure there was nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Down here was called off. Everything was called off. So one of those weeks.
Yeah. Nothing you can do about it. I still haven't played a game of baseball yet in the 2024 season. I'm 0 from 5, and don't look like getting a game anytime soon. So
that's it.
Jevo, how are you, mate? Steve. Baseball on in Lismore. Yes, there was plenty of baseball there, and there was plenty of water about. I'll tell you what, grounds crew done an amazing job there, and Damo, our grounds crew here at Toronto, mate, he's always done an exceptional job of the ground, but the amount of volunteers they had there, it was unbelievable watching a few of those games, and it's good to see.
Yeah, that's it, mate. As we said, El Presidente, he was away. Obviously, he was up there in Lismore watching his daughter Ebony. She was having a run for Adelaide Giants in the women's showcase. So he was up there watching her play, and I think they sent me a photo on the Saturday or on the first night, I think it was, and mate, you couldn't see the outfielders with the fog. There was that much fog.
Yeah,
you couldn't see the outfielders. So, you know. Don't miss that Tamworth long weekends or anything.
Yeah, I was going to say, memories of Tamworth. Hit it up. It's like, it's a home run. You can't see it. You don't know where it is.
Yep,
that's it.
And they also had the first inaugural all girls little league competition too up there. So that was great to see as well. There's a lot of teams up there for that. So it's awesome.
Yep, that was good. Hey, did you get any results from Ebony while she was up there, mate? I didn't see any of her game time or anything.
I only spoke to Ninja. That was about it. I know their first game they got handed an absolute whooping by, I think it was Melbourne.
Yeah.
Other than that, they were fairly respectable. I think the playing conditions were pretty tough. And from what I understand, it was pretty good competition. So they didn't make the final or anything like that. So, but a good week was had.
Yeah. Just her personally, mate, do you know how she did? Or
when last I spoke to them, she pitched a game in relief I think Josh said. I don't know. He's probably listening. He can probably correct us. But I think he said she pitched a game in relief in that game where they got a bit of a hiding, but was saved for later on in the tournament. She played first base one game, and she was relieving in their last game. That was underway when I spoke to him. So I don't know how she ended up, but from all reports, she threw well.
Yep.
Like most things, you got to pay for it these days. They send you the game changer, and it's like, well, you got to pay for it to see results. Gone are the days of finding a free box score somewhere.
Yeah, well, I did see the senior league tournaments started yesterday. If you go into the website, you can see that for the nationals, and they've got all the scores up there. So we might have a look at them later on.
Yeah, righto.
I did look at them today.
Righto. What where did you say it was? What website?
It was the
if you get me a link,
baseball.com.au, mate.
Yeah, right.
And there's just a thing that says Senior League. It gives you a wrap up.
Yep.
If anyone else wants to get on there and have a look, it's also got the links to the live streams as well.
Yep. Too easy. Righto. Big night. AFL, NRL, baseball, local baseball. Not much is played. Tid Bits sponsored by the King Billy Jerky.
Get in my belly.
And plenty more.
Yeah.
We might
hit the sides. Received the package. Didn't even last a second day.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Typical.
What about the garlic poops the next day, mate? How'd you go there? Were they pretty good?
No, weren't too bad. Mate,
not too bad.
Drinking rum all these years, so a bit of jerky's not going to make any difference.
Fair enough. The young fella goes this colour green, I reckon. Doesn't even look green on the screen, but it is
yellow.
But anyway, yes. Mr. Randall, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. All right, Tid Bits, as I said, they're sponsored by King Billy Jerky. Davo, you had the smoky barbecue, mate.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Yep.
Give us a bit of a rundown on it. How smoky was it and how barbecuey was it?
It was good. It had a good bit of flavour to it. You could definitely tell. Had that nice barbecue taste to it. Not too strong, highly recommend it.
Nice. Now go and get your own King Billy Jerky from kingbillyjerky.com. Proud sponsor of this week's Tid Bits. Actually, I've got a little slide here from him. And this was the one we were talking about before, fellas, the gourmet, the kangaroo fillet marinated with the Kakadu plum marinade, Cooper's Black Stout, beer, garlic, cracked pepper, and orange rind.
Sounds pretty good.
I reckon we'll have to have a crack at that one, so we'll try that out.
100%.
Sure. All right, who's up first for the titties?
Yeah, that's me. So we all know how good Tony Gwynn was, but Luis Reyes, in his first 5 seasons, a 326 batting average. Tony Gwynn, from his first 5 seasons, a 326 batting average. Reyes, a 427 slugging. Tony Gwynn, 427 slugging. On base, 806 to 804. Pretty good numbers for your first 5 seasons. Not a bad bloke to be compared to.
Absolutely. It's some great numbers there, and to be paired against Tony Gwynn this early in your career is pretty cool.
Just got to keep it up for another 10 years.
That's it.
And then, is that my one or your one, Reno? I think that's probably my one. Oh, it is.
Not mine.
So Tuesday's Marlins-Rockies game was the first game in MLB history, well, at least since 1901, where there was 5+ runs scored in the top of the first, 5+ runs were scored in the bottom of the ninth, and nothing in between.
That's crazy.
A pretty crazy game. Five in the top of the first, and then nothing till 5 in the bottom of the ninth.
Good scoreline.
You'd be spewing, wouldn't you?
Be like getting beat in the bottom of the ninth, having a 9-run lead, wouldn't it, in the semi-final? Still dirty, that one.
Yeah, you have to be the starter. Got a 5-run lead. You give up nothing, and relievers give up 5 in the last. We know it's not going to be a starter. What starter goes 9 digs these days?
That's right. Not many. Randall.
How about this one? The Phillies. We all know they're doing pretty well this year. They're beating everyone. Jose Berrios this was a couple of days ago, began today as MLB's leader with a 1.44 ERA. Then the Phillies got to him for 8 runs in 3.2 innings. Absolutely destroyed him. But I tell you what, he's turned back the page again because I think he gave up 2 runs today against the Orioles, and that's it. They were both solo shots, both from Adley Rutschman in their 3-2 extra inning win. So he's back to form, but tell you what, the Phillies absolutely ate him up.
Yep, done. Speaking of your Baltimore Orioles, Randall.
How about this one? So this is the most consecutive regular season series without being swept, minimum of a 2-game series. 1942 to 1944 Cardinals, 125 straight series without being swept. Then 1906 to 1909 Cubs, 115 straight series. The 1903 to 1905 New York Giants with 106 games. And this was actually on the weekend, so I think they've actually played at least one, maybe 2 series since this. The 2022 till active Baltimore Orioles with 103 consecutive series regular season without being swept. So they've gone from a team that was 100 loss team to now being on number 4 on most consecutive series wins. So since then, I think they beat Cincinnati, or this might have been when they beat Cincinnati, and then they just come off a series win against the D-backs.
Nice.
So they'll be pushing close to try to get to those Giants by the looks of it.
There you go. Mate, I haven't watched too much of the Orioles in the last couple of weeks, but I know they're still up there, so they're doing all right, Randall.
They were no good today.
Watched them Saturday thanks to Apple TV. Where the new owner was down there with the hose.
In the splash zone.
Yeah, he was running the splash zone.
Yeah, Mr. Rubenstein down in there as the new Mr. Splash for the inning.
How many owners would do that?
Not many, mate. Homegrown owner, it's good.
And it was a rainy day too. So it's like there was light rain throughout, and he was down there. He was signing autographs. He was Mr. Splash. So it's like it's good signs for the Orioles.
It is. They look like a very happy club, a happy front office, happy fan base at the moment. Everyone's going to be happy when you're winning, So we'll see what happens. But I did hear him say they asked him if they could get a Mr. Rubenstein bobblehead, and he said if someone hits a home run in this inning, everyone gets a free bobblehead. So they didn't, but anyway.
Would have been good. They love their bobbleheads over there. They're a go-to handout, aren't they, for the first 10,000 guests through the gates?
Yep, 100%.
There's one I'll have to look on eBay for. It was I think it was one of the New York minor leagues. It was George Costanza riding a dolphin or a whale sort of thing. And it's like, seas were angry that day, my friends. And
love it.
The old Seinfeld. Is it a title?
There's some good ones out there on eBay though. If you want to have a look out there, because people get these free gifts, as they go through the turnstiles, and lots of people get rid of them. So if you're chasing a player, might be a good idea. The series here continues with me stuffing up tonight, fellas, of my next tidbit was one that I had scheduled in, and then I wasn't going to run it because Davo was running it. So I'm not going to go over. Oh no, I've got it in. I've had multiple ones in. I've had a shocker, but here we go. Look at this, Davo. Have you seen this one before?
Yeah, you put it in the chat.
Yeah. So Arraya's 325, average 326 against Tony Gwynn. 696 hits, 699, 24 home runs, 11 stolen bases. Tony Gwynn had 81, 802 OPS, 804 OPS for Tony Gwynn.
So what was that, mate? That was through the first 2,100 at-bats, was it?
Yeah. So that's a pretty cool one to see. And he's obviously, did you see the walk-off he had during the week?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that, his first game in San Diego? Yeah,
that was cool. Really cool to see. Clutch at bat and just comes up clutch as he does.
Exactly what they bought him for.
Yeah, that's right. This one I've got an F1 for you guys. Grand Prix winners on the 2024 grid. Hamilton has won 103, Verstappen 58, probably most of them in the last 2 years. Alonso, and right down the bottom we go through with some of the wins. And Lando Norris got his first win, so he's up there on the board with those other Grand Prix winners. So 12 Grand Prix winners on the 24 grid. So pretty cool one. We want to thank Big King Billy Jerky for sponsoring tonight's segment. Thanks, King Billy, and go over to kingbillyjerky.com to get some jerky for yourself.
Get some of King Billy's meat in and around your mouth.
Oh, he loves it. He loves it. Bit in and out of, everyone's mouth. Oh, you got some, Randall. Jesus.
No.
How have you got some left? Don't know how you do it. Righto. AFL. Did anyone catch any AFL scores from the weekend? Did you? No. Didn't see any, Randall. You're not really into it, are you?
Not heaps, no.
Yeah. No, I didn't see much out. Even though it was wet, watching other sport and they say Mother's Day doing things, so I didn't catch much.
Yeah, I was just flicking through highlights again, as we do. Sydney Swans still on up there. Well, they're at 8-1. Geelong Cats are 7-2. Essendon right down to Collingwood to round out the top 8 there, and our GWS Giants there in 5th position. So pretty good to see. The AFL ladder with a couple of Sydney teams up the top there. Righto, NRL. There were a few good games here, Randall. Have you got anything there for us?
Yeah, mate, I did actually watch, I think, every single game over the weekend, considering I wasn't doing much. There's a few perfect rounds actually in some footy tipping. I don't know, how'd you go, Davo?
I lost on the last game. I backed the Cowboys.
Oh, spewing.
So, yeah, I was going, I know you even had a margin from the Thursday night game. So for our family footy tipping, we do a margin on the first game, which is worth 5 points, and a perfect round's worth another 5 points. So, I was looking good and all until bloody Cowboys. Yeah.
There was a couple that undid me. So Dolphins, 30 over Manly, 24. That one I come unstuck on. Panthers, 16 over the Dogs, 10. Close game, Davo. Closer than I expected. What about yourself?
Yeah. No,
the Dogs were pretty good.
They were pretty good. Like Cleary was back, and he was before he went off. But that just shows Penrith's still a class above. But I'll take that from the Bulldogs. They showed some fight, kept it close.
So Cleary's going to miss 2 months? Is that what they're saying? Is that what everyone else heard? 2 months with that hamstring?
Yeah, hamstring.
6 to 8 weeks, something like that. So re-aggravated that hamstring. Not good. They're going to miss him, especially coming close to Origin time. So He'll be Gornsky. Broncos 30 over Parramatta 14. Parramatta, again, they are dismal. Absolutely dismal this year.
Won't be long
they're
before the coach is gone.
No, and they're saying that, Moses might be a chance this week, but I tell you what, I was just watching some stuff on Fox, and they're saying that he's only just running in sneakers in straight line. He's not doing any kind of, lateral movement or anything like that. So he's no chance of playing this week.
They need more than him anyway.
They do, mate. You're right. They do. He's not going to save them.
No.
The game of the round, Knights versus West Tigers out at Scully Park at Tamworth. Mighty Knights up 20-14.
Brutal.
So, what a game. Did you catch any of it, Hutto?
Mate, bits and pieces. I think I was at work, and I was at work actually. I listened to a little bit of the second half, and one of the truck drivers that was delivering me things was a Knights supporter, so I knew the score every 30 seconds, I think it was.
Yeah, okay, copy that. Well, again though, mate, the Tigers started well again, but they just, they lost a play to the sin bin before half time there, and they just couldn't hang with them. Yeah, I think Gagai had another pretty good game. Bradman Best just started running through people. So they've definitely improved, the West Tigers. The Knights missing Kalen Ponga still. That young Armstrong, man, he's looking good. He's playing really good footy. He's very, very encouraging. So that's good.
It's all right. Knights are about to lose all their points anyway.
No, that's all. It's all been done and dusted, mate. It's all been cleared. I saw this afternoon. It had nothing to do with Newcastle itself. It was all a third-party deal that was all at the exchange in the shithouse. No, it was
like Uncle Nick with his brown paper bags.
Yeah. So it's exactly right. So it was all legit. It was all passed through the NRL. It was signed off and approved. It was a mining company apparently that hadn't paid him $250K for services rendered, whatever it was that he was doing for a mining company.
Oh, wow.
Well, I think we all know the truth, but and apparently now it's all been fixed up. So within a day, it's gone from Knights at salary cap cheats to this third party has actually made their payments that they're supposed to have paid. So, I don't know what's going on. It's strange, but it's NRL, isn't it? What do you expect?
A few clicks, sell a few more papers.
In saying that too, like there hasn't been much said about Ponga. It's all talking about this new fullback they've got while he's been away. They've 3 on the trot without Kalen. So get him in the news again, hey? Seems to be how it is.
No, they're doing all right, mate.
Yeah, Dragons 28 over the Rabbitohs 14. Rabbitohs, their season is like Parramatta. It's just getting worse and worse and worse. So if they win another game, they'll be lucky, I reckon. Poor old Rabbitohs. They don't even look fit. They look like they've got no heart. They just don't want to be there.
Yeah. Latrell didn't make much of a difference first game back.
No, he looked as ordinary as he does every other week. So I don't think he's going to make too much difference for him. He's very lazy. So what about this one? Sharks 25 over the Storm 18.
Yeah.
Anyone else get that? I know. Oh, Davo, you said you only missed one, so you got that as well.
I didn't, but it was a pretty good game.
Yeah, I took the Sharkies as well.
I just thought that Storm were missing a few. They haven't been playing. They've done enough to win, but haven't been playing really well.
No,
and I
agree.
thought there was a couple out, and Sharks have been playing pretty well. If there was ever a time it was going to happen, I thought it may have been Sharks this week. And sure enough, came off.
Yeah, that was my upset game for the weekend. I thought that's the one that it was first versus second. if you can call it an upset. Harry Grant with his contact on the kicker's leg, which earned him on report and 10 in the bin off to the judiciary tonight.
That's a joke.
Yeah, nothing in that.
Like, I understand. Yep, they want to protect kicker's legs, and he didn't have to run into the kicker's leg. Like, not that it didn't even look like it was intentional. Seriously, a penalty was absolutely it.
He was
Surely
just running past. He sort of turned away so he didn't cop a falcon to the head.
Yep, and ran into his leg after he kicked the ball. So, at worst case scenario, I understand they're trying to stamp down on that people attacking a kicker's legs.
Yeah.
At absolute worst case, it can't be more than a penalty, can it?
Yeah.
Well, Sin bin was over the top.
Was it the Dolphins match where the guy's fallen down? There's a little tap to the head, and it's like, yep, that's on report penalty. It's like, really? And you had former players like Fatty Vorton and Thurston going, or Vorton especially, who goes, that'll do me. He said, I'm done. It's like, how is that a penalty and on report for just not even, like, they're playing league here or football, and it's like, yellow carding there, down squirming in pain. But
yeah, mate, it was the same in the Knights game. There was a bloke penalised and put on report for dangerous high contact from the Tigers, and then the exact same, or I shouldn't say the exact same, but a similar thing happened the other way, and it was actually 10 in the bin for dangerous high contact. So two incidents that were very similar in the same game. One team was just put on report with a penalty. The other team was sin bin. So, it's hard. There's just so much grey in how it's being interpreted. I did hear though that the Storm challenged because he was going to get a fine. It was going to be the $1,000 fine or whatever. They did appeal it, and it went to the judiciary tonight. And I did hear that he actually got off. So they said what he got was sufficient. There was also, I think it was, I can't remember which game it was. It might have been the Dragons game. There was a trip. I don't know if it might have. Can't remember. Anyway, there was another game, and there was just a flat out trip. Old mate just stuck his leg out and tripped the bloke over, and he was only, say, 5 meters from the try line, and he didn't score a try. And that was just a penalty. And I don't even think it was a penalty. I think he got put on report, and that was it, like a tackle or two later. And it's like, back in the day, you'd stick your leg out and trip someone over, and that was a send-off.
You're gone.
Now,
you'd have 10 blokes or 13 blokes down your neck trying to smash your face in as well.
Yep, and all it didn't even get a penalty, I don't think. I'm pretty sure it was two tackles later they put it on report, or a tackle later they put it on report, and he got a fine, $1,000 fine for a trip. And it's like, come on, like, what are you doing, tripping someone over?
And I wonder why people are leaving the game, like spectators.
Yep, It's exactly right. Roosters 38 over the Warriors 18. I didn't see that one coming, actually. I didn't think it would be that big of a blowout.
Yeah.
But Roosters are playing all right.
They'd scored 100 points in their previous 2 games, so I thought they're coming in to form, the Roosters. And Warriors, typical Warriors, are so hot and cold.
Spluttering.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no Sean Johnson makes it hard for him as well. And then, that one cracking game to finish the weekend out, Titans 20 over the Cowboys 18. Pretty good game. I think the Cowboys, it was 20-0.
Yeah.
20-0 a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And even half time, I think.
Past that, yeah. I think the Cowboys scored 2 or 3 times. I think the Cowboys scored. Minutes. Yeah. And then they almost scored right at the death as well, which would have put them in front. So
tell you what, that save try over in the corner, I don't know who it was. I can't even remember who it was. but that saved him the game because
Yep, that's it. Won the game for him. It was unreal.
It was good.
Yeah, that's this week in footy, but this weekend coming up, Magic Round.
Oh, I tell you what, there's a big promo on Magic Round with our sponsors here, Dabble. So we'll have a few more details about Magic Round coming up, Randall, over the next couple of days. But,
unreal.
If you're going to have a Dabble, go and have a Dabble with us there. Use the promo code Sports Rewind, and especially there for Magic Round, they're going to have a fair few bits and pieces out over the next couple of days. So check out Dabble and what they have going on there.
Last game. All games are at Suncorp. By the end of the round, it certainly gets nice and chopped up.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to be last game, do you?
No.
Who has got the last game? Oh, the Dolphins and the Tigers.
It's a nothing game.
It is a nothing game. You're right. So, but all right. Who the Knights got in Magic Round, Randall?
Knights have got the Titans, I think, on Saturday at 3:00. So Titans got absolutely smacked on the weekend with injuries. So they lost both their halves. Who else did they lose? Can't remember. They lost 4 players, I think, to injury. So they could be in a spot of bother, which I'm never gonna be upset with.
Yep. Yeah.
I think Davo, I think your doggies have got the Raiders on Thursday night.
The Raiders, yep.
Should be a good game.
That will be a good one, actually. Right,
you get the points.
Let's have a look at our double tips of the week. I think, is that you, Rand? No, Davo's up first.
Me. Yeah, so let's try some different sports again. So I've gone the Knicks to beat the Pacers tomorrow, the Diamondbacks to beat the Reds, the Cats in pretty good form against the Gold Coast, and then the Bulldogs to beat Canberra. So
beautiful.
$9.04 from that four-legger.
And if you add a rocket onto that, who knows what you could come up with.
This is me.
BJ, yeah.
Yeah, so I've got the Phillies, who we just talked about them earlier, red hot to beat the Mets tomorrow. Also tomorrow, Panthers to beat the Bruins at $1.45. That's pretty good. I think the Panthers are up 3-1 in that playoff series.
Yeah.
I watched that game yesterday between them, and it was a good game. Rajasthan Royals on Thursday to beat Punjab Kings. And then round it out on Thursday with the Mavericks to get up over Oklahoma City Thunder. So you can get that at $10.38.
Yeah.
Big
loaded up with some rock.
Going against the Thunder. Thunder's been playing pretty well.
Yeah, Thunder's been hot, but
you got to have one every now and again. Throw in a roughie. So that's my roughie.
Speaking of roughies, what about this one? Daniel Ricciardo, top 10 on the weekend. Virtual safety car, yes. And Lando Norris, top 2. So Lando coming off his maiden win. He's been up there in that 3rd, 4th position. So Daniel Ricciardo, top 10 is my rough pick there, I think. So
it should just be Ricciardo to finish.
It should be.
Yeah.
Should be probably similar odds. But yeah, if you are going to have a double, I've left the link there in the show notes, or in the chat. So get over there and have a double with us. And I think the boys between us were about 0 from 15. So
yep,
so far.
Pretty good. Red hot. 3 out of 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lots of 3 out of 4s.
Yeah. But
good batting average.
No good for us. But yeah, let's get on to this one, Davo. You sent me through this for the cricket fans. How good was this?
Yeah, so the West Indies 11, they played 11 matches together, and it was the most for an 11 in the history of cricket. So West Indies, Gordon, Greenwich, of course, Greenwich and Haynes opening, Viv Richards, Richie Richardson, Carl Hooper, Gus Logie, Jeff Dujon, Curtly Ambrose, Malcolm Marshall, Patrick Patterson, and Courtney Walsh. Now, I'd take that 11 any day of the week.
I'm good, man. Unbelievable. You look at the names there, and they're all, etched in history of being absolute greats. I'd imagine Curtly Ambrose running in at your one end, and you got any one of those other three down the bottom there running in from the other end. It's insane.
Nope.
Marshall, who was 5'0", would come off about a 20 pace run up and be quicker than the rest of them.
Yeah.
And more dangerous.
Yeah, he's saying 5'0", and Curtly Ambrose is about 12'7".
Yeah, imagine that, the different angles, different arm release points. You wouldn't get too comfy.
No, thank you. That was a good one. Reminiscing there with the West Indies. Newcastle baseball, we had no results over the weekend, so we're going to jump straight into a few of these of what we've got. I think one of you blokes sent me through this. I think it might have been you, Davo.
Yeah.
The mock draft ready, and Aussies Travis Bazzana is up there as number one pick. And I tell you, if he goes to Cleveland, I'll be getting myself a Cleveland hat, and I'll be on the bandwagon, that's for sure. So good luck to him. I hope he does go through, and goes all the way. Any other big names on there that stand out for you blokes?
Well, I reckon it's between him and Condon. Condon,
from Georgia.
Condon, yeah, because he's having a monster season. So I reckon I'll be between one of those two. Well, I reckon it'll be those two as 1 and 2, just not sure what order.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
I'm with you, Dave. Davo. Those two guys are the two, I think.
We go down to number 6 there, Chase Burns. We talked about Adam Morrissey and what he does in his farm at Morrissey Ranch there. He had Chase Burns down there for a little while with him, so that's pretty cool to see as well. Get to see, bits and pieces of that floating through. I don't know what else I've got here for baseball, but we'll go through some standings and that in a minute. Oh, yes. Lockie Wells throwing darts in Double A. 5 starts, 3.16 ERA, 23 strikeouts in 25.2 with 5 walks. So good to see him doing well in Double A. Hopefully we can, we might see a move up from him later on in the year. Would be awesome if we did.
Yep, bloody oath. He's dominating down there at the moment, isn't he? So
yeah,
good on him.
Just being Double A is a good start.
Absolutely.
You get seen. Well, I know you get seen at all levels, but Double A, a couple of good outings there. Doesn't take much if they need a lefty.
That's right. Yeah. He definitely had some good stuff in the summer over here, and hopefully he's continuing that on. I don't know. One of you sent this through to me, but it's a pretty cool one. So whenever a big leaguer makes a rehab appearance in the minors, it's typical for them to purchase a spread or a feed, whatever it might be. Max went above and beyond. He took down, that big feed, big bone-in ribeye, lobster, the whole works, worth, I reckon, about $7,000. And Scherzer also bought everyone AirPods. So we walk in there and there's a clubby handing out AirPods, said there from Max. I think that's a pretty cool thing that he's done, and shows the sort of bloke he is, I guess.
Yep, it really does, doesn't it?
Here he's a good sort of clubhouse man, and you see that, so it's a good one.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And he can afford it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But it's good that they're giving back. Like there's so many guys that can afford it, but how many guys would do that? So it does speak a lot about the person and a good clubman and someone you want to be around. It's because that's the next level, and he could be playing with a few of them shortly. So why not look after him?
100%. You don't know what he does after his career in baseball, David. He might be, he might go down and be a manager or whatever it might be. And, these sort of things play out in the years to come. Well, have a look at our friend Ryan Rowland Smith, got that gig with MLB Network now, and I think that's fantastic. It's great to see an Aussie over there and doing that, and it's probably going to earn a good wage traveling around covering baseball that he, absolutely loves. So why not?
Yeah.
Speaking of Aussies, do you blokes get on any of the warehouse games and the old Moylan on there having a bit of a dabble? What was there? Was a mixture between cricket and baseball. Did you see that one, Randall?
Yeah, I did, mate. They had, I think it wasn't Kemar Roach. It was one of the West Indian players, or ex-West Indian players, was there as well, involved with it, and it was good, mate. It was really good. They made up their own sort of little game. There was like this little weird crossbreed between sort of the wiffle ball and cricket. Yeah, it's great. I love the warehouse games. Yeah, it's good.
Have you seen any of that, Davo?
Yeah. I saw when they brought the cricketer out, and he's just played a nice drive straight up into where they were commentating. So,
well, that was a cool one.
It's good to see him, intermixing some of that stuff and getting that awareness out there, like that, especially with the World Cup coming up, as we've spoken about a few times. They probably need to promote cricket as much as they can over there.
Absolutely.
Cricket was in America before baseball was.
Sorry, Davo, I missed that.
Cricket was in America before baseball was.
Yep.
It's getting back there now from all reports too. 16 innings pitched, 0 ERA, 18 strikeouts, 1 walk, 11 saves. He's on fire for the Yankees. So that's not a name we talked a lot about in preseason, that's for sure.
No, he's been pretty lights out, mate. I know that series we just had against the Yankees, the Orioles-Yankees. I watched that, and mate, when he come in, he did slam the door shut.
Yeah,
he was unreal, and coming in big leverage situations too, like come in and get 5 outs, or get those key hitters like runners on third, 1-run game, runners on third and second with 1 out, and striking out Gunnar Henderson, Adley Rutschman, things like that. Then the next inning going all right, getting Santander, Westberg, who's been killing it as well. So getting hitters that are hitting well. So it's filthy.
You speak of lights out, mate. Sorry, David, you go.
I was going to say, if we're staying with the relievers, I should have sent through a photo. They questioned Miller from the A's because he's been lights out. And they said, why don't you come in with all the lights flashing and the music and all that? And he replied back, he said, I don't trust Oakland Stadium for the lights to come back on.
Yeah. Gold.
I thought, that's probably pretty true. It's so major league. It's like the rundown stadium. A reporter asked him, said, well, where's your theatrics and the lights flashing and all that? And he said, I don't trust Oakland lights coming back on.
Yeah, they might take a couple of hours to cool down and warm back up.
Probably. Fair point.
They're not all nice flashy LEDs like all the new stadiums.
Yeah. Speaking of lights out, this guy turned the lights on. Castellanos was trying to deflect the sun in the pitcher's face while his dad was hitting. How cool is that? What a legend.
Yep. What a champion. He's at all his dad's games. He's good.
It's a new breed of trash can, I reckon, right there. So, anyway.
That's good. What else I like it.
What else I've got here? Oh, Davo, here we go. This one was for you. Chris Sale. He start yesterday. It was 3 days ago or 4 days ago.
Yeah.
He threw 37 sliders, 18 which were induced a swing, 13 were whiffs. Those 13 swing and misses, his slider are his most in a game since May 11, 2018. Hitters are 13 for 1382, 2 extra base hits in at bats, ending in a slider this season with a 159 average and a 183 slugging. He has been unreal.
Was that against Boston?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I did watch that.
That arm angle, it's just a bit like Randy Johnson. It sort of starts out here, and if you're a lefty, you're thinking, where's that going? And yeah, as always, while he's healthy, he's still one of the most dominant pitchers around.
For sure.
He's just got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Still wish he was pitching for Boston.
Yeah, and it's filthy, isn't it? Like he either throws that slider from that arm angle that either just disappears away off the plate to those lefties, or he's buried in on the righty, or or it's a fastball from there and it just comes back. Like,
yeah,
it's almost for some of us mere mortals, it's impossible to hit.
Yeah, no, he's doing well. Well, you did talk about it, Dave. You did say, when he went away from Boston, he'll do well wherever he goes, and he sure has. Paul Skeens, fellas, we talked about Paul Skeens. I think it was last week or a couple of weeks ago. When's he going to get his start? He got his start. David, we were talking about the longevity of, I guess, how deep he's going to go into the game, and you're pretty spot on with the amount of innings he was going to throw. He did throw a lot of pitches though for those 4 innings. 4 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 outruns, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, 84 pitches. So a lot of pitches there for 4 innings, that's for sure. The fastest pitches by an MLB starter this year, and Paul Skeens has them all. But for us, David, we're talking about this. It means nothing to have a 100-mile-an-hour fastball if you only go in 4 innings as a starter.
And you had an article from Kurt Schilling saying the same thing. He's been there, done that, and he's worried for him, saying with his mechanics, it's not going to last. He's watched him pitch. 1, he hasn't done the innings. 2, his mechanics aren't great. He said, I'll give him a month and he's off for Tommy John.
Yeah.
Which you don't want to see, but yeah, that's youngsters these days and the fans, all they care about, oh, look what he's done on the radar gun.
Big deal. I think his first inning was a 1-2-3 inning, I think, and then after that, like what was it, 84 pitches or whatever? Like that's 21, averaging 21 pitches an inning. Like that's some hefty work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you rather 7 innings of 96, 97 mile an hour fastball?
I love that, Randall.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah,
it's
wouldn't we all?
For years, hasn't it?
Yeah.
We go back to him.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. You don't need to be going 101 for 4 innings. Like, what's the point? What does that do for a major league team? Like, it doesn't set you up. It doesn't do anything because now you've got to fill 5 innings of bullpen.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
Doesn't qualify you for the win.
No, unless your team's going to go out there and score 8 runs in those first 4 innings, then whatever, sweet. Then you can bring in whoever you want to throw. But it's not even half a game.
No.
You need that starter to be going that 6-7 innings to give your bullpen a chance day in, day out. Or otherwise, they're all going to be stretched. They're all going to be tired. And you're going to see the up and down game with your bullpen all season with all your middle relief.
Which you don't want to see.
No.
So, tell you one good thing that came out of that game, though, is his Mo. And they reckon that Mo has been, what was it, the first person named Paul since Paul had a mow without the beard piece underneath. So, it's pretty impressive from Paul Skeens having a look at that mow. It is filthy, isn't it?
It is, mate. It is.
The
So what
other
they
one
say
there-
that Paul Kilgus was the other one.
Yeah.
Was he the last, was he?
He was the last one in 87. The last
Paul with the dirty mow.
Yeah, Paul with the dirty mow.
Yeah, right. The old soup strainer.
Yeah. Mo starts with 100 mile per hour average fastball velocity. Jacob deGrom 1, Paul Skeens 1, Hunter Green 7. So, bit of a cool stat there, but it pretty much goes against the whole thing that we're just talking about right there.
It's throwing. It's not pitching.
Yeah.
Just hurling.
And guys will catch up to 100. If you don't have I know he's got the movement with it, but if you don't have those secondary pitches to offset that 100, guys are just going to sit there and wait for it and thank you.
It doesn't matter now anyway. Like, they've all got these pitching machines now that you can go in there and you can program, you can record a bloke's fastball with whatever the spin rate is and what movement it gets, and you can program the new pitching machines to do the same. And you can set it at the same arm angle as where that bloke throws the ball from. So these guys go in there and they know they're getting Randy Johnson tomorrow. They can all go and sit in the cage in the morning of, and they can all hit Randy Johnson fastball or Randy Johnson slider, all coming from that same arm angle, same spin rate, same velo, everything. So you need to be able to change it.
King Juco's doing that at the moment. He's set up the machine to face the different pitches. He's got Mariano Rivera's cutter, Randy Johnson's fastball, Clemens splitty. So he's setting up the machine, and I saw the one where it did the cutter, and sure enough, it was straight Mariano Rivera cutter.
Yeah,
it's like, you're right. Guys can now face that.
Yeah.
Yep. It's not all of a sudden, oh yeah, we've got this, we know we're going to get this closer at the back end of a game. He's funky and we never really see him. You can see that pitch 100 times.
Yeah.
It's sort of taken away a little bit from that, not being able to see a pitcher multiple times to understand their mechanics. All of a sudden you're getting it. You're seeing that. So for 100 now is people are catching up to 100 without too much drama, aren't they?
Yeah, plenty of advancements, that's for sure, in all the technologies and going forward. We talked about it during the week with, a fella that we talk about a bit here on the show. And how good was this? Trevor Bauer. Let's make sure that's muted. So he's going through and talking up. He was mic'd up and just talking his whole thing. So he had a perfect inning here.
Immaculate inning,
Yep.
This is the best. He's just into him the whole time. And he's just speaking out loud what he's thinking. That's what I like the most.
Yep. Talking through exactly what he's thinking.
Yeah.
I love
this one. Yeah.
This is the best. Quick pitches him.
Yep. No point calling time, mate. Yep.
The best. I love it.
I bet you like that, Hudson. I bet you like that one, the quick pitch. Mate's just stuffing around there in the box and not paying any attention. He's already got his sign. He's ready to go.
Yep.
I just love just how we did it at the end. I've got a couple more here from Twitter. I saved a few from Twitter because I knew that these would be good value. This one here, I didn't see this one during the week. You blokes see this? BGA Cup flick.
Oh,
that was today. That was today.
Was it?
Yeah. Talk about inside the line.
What's going on there?
Well, the new rule, Davo, the new rule this year is you can run up the inside of the line as long as you're on the edge of the dirt.
Oh,
So it looked like
it
looked like he was on the grass there, but
he was on the grass. I know they had changed the rule that you now get the dirt on the inside, but that looked very grassy.
It did.
It did to
so
me too.
That was today. So Corbin burns through against the Blue Jays today.
Yeah.
I didn't see that though because I watched the game. I didn't actually see that.
Yeah. I know some of you like to collect baseball cards and different things. I found this one. How good is this?
Oh.
You've got obviously, Tiger Woods, but Charlie Woods. Oh, look at that. So it's a near mint 8, but he's got his own, I think it's Sports Illustrated Kids have come out with their card collection. So pretty cool to see.
That's awesome.
Charlie got his first card, and maybe it's not his first card. I don't know, but
probably not.
Yeah, that's a good one. And one more. I don't know if we talked about this, but the Brew Crew send their rookies out to get coffee in the wherever they're going in their uniforms. So they sent their rookies out to the coffee shop. I think it might have been Chicago, maybe. Don't quote me on that one. But they have to go and get all the coffee for the team and bring it back. But they had to be in uniform, so they had all these people come up, getting their autographs and all the different things. So it looks like they got cleats on there, and hopefully they're not. No, they're not.
You put up with it in uniform. Quite often it's in dress up of some kind.
Yeah.
But it was the Chicago. I just seen the Cubs sign. Yeah, took them there and got to go and deliver their coffees and get them from. I thought that was pretty good.
That's awesome.
But yeah. What else have we got? I think that was about it from Twitter. I can't really remember. I had a few set out, but the main one was that cup check one. I'd never seen that. Never seen that one before.
Yeah, he didn't even get hit the rest of the game. Jeez.
I know.
They must be mates.
Yeah.
Or something more.
Some standings for MLB, and then let's get out of here. What any big, I guess, surprises at the moment, fellas, or are you still pretty happy with what's going on?
Yeah, I think we all sort of picked that Yankees and Orioles were going to be near the top.
Yep. Red Sox aren't too far behind there, though, Davo. 5.5 back.
They're doing better than I think everyone anticipated.
Yeah,
that could change. They've got a series against Tampa Bay, so they could swap spots.
Yep.
Tampa Bay beat them today, so.
Then we go down to the AL Central. Guardians on top of the Twins, and Royals are only 1.5 games back, so that's a good one.
The top two are probably the two teams that everyone was sort of picking, weren't they?
Yeah,
I think so.
To be top.
I think I had Detroit up there as second this year. I thought they would do a lot better than what they have done, but AL West, the Mariners. Yeah, the Mariners 1.5 games ahead of the Rangers. Oakland Athletics 4.5 games back. Houston 6.5 games back, and LA Angels way back there, 8 behind.
I think we all might have picked Oakland as worst team in baseball.
Yep.
So I think they're doing pretty well.
For sure.
They're overachieving. Houston.
Astros.
I reckon Bregman might be the on the block if Houston's aren't going too well.
He's horrible at the moment.
Trade chip for them.
Where do you reckon he'll go, Dover? Who do you reckon will pick him up?
Oh, someone will.
Miami.
Yeah. I reckon a contender will overpay, thinking there's still a bit in him.
Who will play third base for him?
Yeah, that's the other thing. They've got to find someone to replace him. I don't know if they've got anyone there.
He's just been there so long to know.
Yeah, I got nothing on that. Who knows? Who knows? Phillies, we talked about them going off. They're 2 games ahead of the Braves. Nationals 8.5 back. Mets and Miami are putrid. The Brew Crew, a half a game ahead of the Cubs. Pirates are 5.5 games back from then. And the Reds and the Cards 7 back. LA Dodgers well and truly out in front. San Diego Padres 6.5 back. Diamonds back 7.5. Giants 9 back. And the Rockies right back there, 14 games back. So Dodgers are killing it like we thought they would.
Cubbies are doing well. Cubbies are doing well this year, I think. So I think they've been a bit of a surprise packet.
Yeah.
In their division.
I think Craig Counsell's doing a good job with them.
Yep.
First-year manager there.
Yeah.
He did good things when he was at Milwaukee, didn't he? So he was a pretty good manager. So yeah.
Who have they got coming up? They're Atlanta. So that'll be a good series. See what happens there. But anyway. All right. Well, that rounds out MLB. Anything else you want to talk about before we kick her over?
Yeah, just the Mariners. They're 1 game away from the grand final, even though they've already won the Asian Cup and pretty much won the A-League. They beat Sydney 2-1 the other night. Could have been more because Sydney had 2 players sent off. Well, one was a straight red. Lovely cleats high sliding tackle straight into the shins. And the second guy got a second yellow, so he's done. So the return leg is Saturday night here in Gosford, down at Industry Group Stadium. So, of course, we have our cricket prezzo on, so we can't make it. But hopefully the Mariners can hold on for at least a draw, and then they'll host the A-League Grand Final.
Unreal. They're doing all right, Davo.
Nice.
I'm trying to find you. You've probably seen it already. The guy in the Mariners blue and yellow suit. It's half blue, half yellow. Have you seen that one getting around?
No.
I should have saved it for you. Unreal. I'll find it. I'll send it to you.
A small league team with the lowest budget. I think they're doing pretty well. Old man Vukovic leading the way at keeper.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing well. And those Newcastle Jets are pretty similar to the Newcastle Knights, I reckon. Putrid.
Can't, mate.
Right, let's leave it there, fellas.
I guess the only other thing, mate, was that that senior league national competition that's going on.
Yep.
At the moment, so day 1 recap. Adelaide Armada 17 defeated Melbourne Athletic 6. Cronulla Blue 4 defeated Canberra Rangers 1. The Wanneroo Giants 23 defeated the Northern Territory Buffaloes 0. Gold Coast Cougars 15 defeated Canberra Rangers 0. Eastern Phantoms 20 defeated Melbourne Rangers 5. Cronulla Black 45 defeated the Northern Territory Buffaloes 2. So that team, I think Cavs young fellas in that team.
Didn't he hit an inside the park home run?
He did today, but yesterday in that 45 run or 43 run win, he hit a home run. Three of them all hit home runs. He also hit a triple, and had like 7 RBIs. So that wasn't a bad day. Day 2, Gold Coast Cougars 4 defeated Melbourne Rangers 3. Adelaide Armada 9 defeated Wanneroo Giants 8. Eastern Phantoms 15 defeated Canberra Rangers 0. Cronulla Black 15 defeated Adelaide Armada 0. Eastern Phantoms 10 defeated Cronulla must be Blue 1. Melbourne Athletic 28 defeated Northern Territory Buffaloes 1. And at 5 p.m. there was Cronulla Black were playing against Melbourne Athletic. So I don't have a result for that yet. But basically after 2 days, Cronulla Black in Group A were 2-0. Adelaide Armada were 2-1. Everybody else was 1-1 except for Northern Territory. They were 0-3. Group B, Eastern Phantoms, which is Western Australia, 3-0. Gold Coast Cougars 2-0. Cronulla Blue 1-1. Melbourne Rangers 0-2. Canberra Rangers 0-3. So I assume Cronulla Black could be 3-0 right now. Going on some of their other scores, I think they probably won.
Yep.
But yeah, some big scores, mate.
There's a few live streams and that getting around, so good to watch a bit of their baseball. That's for sure. Yeah.
Yep. Go over the next couple of days.
Yeah. So. Hey, Dave, I found that suit of the bloke in the crowd. Check this out. How good is this bloke's suit? That is an absolute gem. That was the Sydney match.
He could go to Savannah Bananas with that suit too.
Yeah, he would. Maybe Funky Phil should get a go at that, actually. I might tag Funky in that.
He'd like that with the blue and yellow. And you could wear that to a Parramatta game too.
Yeah.
Be the only one there. I think they're thinking close to a sellout for Saturday night's rematch against Sydney. So
good.
Should be good to have like about 19,000 Central Coast fans and 1,000, or not even 1,000 Sydney fans.
Yep.
Hope so.
Yeah. Good luck to them. It should be good to see. Righto, fellas. Peace out. Good luck on the weekend. I won't be there. I don't think, David, you're out too, aren't you? So
yep.
We'll probably get rained out anyway.
So we're finally going to be on and you just won't be there.
Yeah. It's a Boomerangs. So they'll probably play there.
Yeah, the drainage has been good over there. So
it has. We actually did get a new piece of equipment today, so we might start looking a bit better from now on.
Well, what's the bit of equipment, mate?
It's all good. We'll save it for another time.
Fair enough.
Sump pump, submersible pump.
Yeah, beauty.
Thought you were going to say Kerry Packer's helicopter just fly over the ground and dry everything out.
No, it's actually like a kerosene pump. We're going to pump it all over and then light the field on fire.
Oh, well, like they do on the cricket pitches in the subcontinent.
In the West Indies. Yeah.
In the West Indies.
Beautiful. Righto.
Too easy.
Fellas, thanks again for another week, and we'll be back next week. Catch ya.
Please.